I'm sure by now we've all seen several memes about US states joining Canada or Canada being annexed by the United States. But I'm going to put the memes aside to have an actual serious discussion about this topic. Personally, I lean towards a supranational American Union that would enhance treaty rights, freedom of movement, regional security, and economic integration. Because what is in our national interest isn't usually in our mutual interest. And if you think that this is an outlandish and absurd idea, I'd like to point out that this isn't the first time that a economic trade agreement evolved into a supranational institution. The European Union actually started out as the European Coal and Steel Community. And we're going to start this serious conversation by addressing the elephant in the room, Donald Trump. One of the reasons why he's pushing for tariffs on Canada and Mexico is he wants to pressure our governments to stem the flow of immigrants. And if we didn't have internal border controls at the US Canada border and the Mexico US border, we'd be able to strengthen and devote all our resources to external border controls. Next, we're going to talk about gun control. Both Canada and Mexico struggle with American gun policy, and their policies directly impact our communities and public safety. The Mexican president actually said to Trump, guns, demand for drugs to blame for the border woes. And in another article, they called it a river of iron coming from the United States to Mexico. Next, we're going to talk about treaty rights and indigenous peoples. Why should we allow ourselves to be defined by colonial borders? Many indigenous communities are actually divided by international borders, and it creates a lot of complications for their communities. And when it comes to cross border infrastructure projects, the process would be streamlined if we had a supranational institution overseeing the process and we could see greater integration. Like the European Union has the European Parliament, I believe the American Union should have a governing council of state, provincial, and territorial governors convening to create policy and oversee the supranational institutions. So, what do you think? Would you support an American Union?